New Orleans scored a touchdown on each of its first 6 drives. Do you know how hard that is? Really hard. I'm not even in the NFL. I know it doesn't happen, like, ever. Running back Kamara had 4 touchdowns. He had 4 of them and 180 yards. Micah Parsons, my guy,
they were taking a nap.
Where were you? Were you sleeping? Because I didn't hear your name called. What the hell were you doing? He had like 1 tackle. That's dramatic, but I think he didn't have a lot. The Saints running backs rushed to the end zone on 3 separate occasions, and Derek Carr also got a rushing touchdown. O-line didn't look great either. I'm sorry, not just the defense. I'm also looking at you, O-line. You gave up 2 sacks. Excuse me? In this economy? No, thank you.
They said that. I'm gonna just throw a fact in there. They said that the Cowboys didn't get a stop on the Saints offense until the middle of the 4th quarter.
The Saints didn't even have to punt. Yeah.
Until the 4th quarter.
Did not have to punt until 9 minutes into the 4th quarter. Are you kidding me? CeeDee Lamb needs some help, okay? Running backs, Zeke, I was so happy you were back last week. I'm a little bit disgusted by you, might I say. What the heck, dude? I want to give credit to where credit is due. Saints look night and day from the team that we saw last year, who probably had one of the most cringeworthy offenses to watch in the season. Rashid Shaheed had 4 targets for 4 receptions. Caitlin and I are going to talk about this. The Saints have got the 49ers offensive coordinator, and I know Caitlin has some fun facts about that. They not only did the Saints play without their corner, Marshawn Lattimore, they nearly lost Tyrann Mathieu during the game, and they still found a way to hold the Cowboys to 1 touchdown in a 44-19 loss for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott has not thrown multiple interceptions in a home game since 2022. It was all bad.
Ouch.
Dallas obviously lost their defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn. You should call him up, besties. Clearly you miss him. Ring, ring.
Get him back.
Ring, ring. Your defense gave up 44 in Texas in a home game? Yes, I was right. Micah Parsons only had 3 tackles, and the secondary got frickin' torched for a 70-yard touchdown and 15.4 yards per attempt from Derek Carr. Do you want to talk about what's his name? Clint Kubiak?
Yes. Okay.
Caitlin sent me some really cool stats, so I want her to take it away. I'm done ranting.
I quite literally was screaming in my bed last night. Okay. Over football. Over football. I was watching highlights last night from the Saints because I'm really annoying and I do stuff like that. But
love it.
I was watching
did that all this morning.
Yeah, literally. It's so fun to me, and I love watching how they play and, watching their game and stuff like that. But I was watching the Saints offense, and I did not realize until I looked a little bit into it, because I was like, something seems off about their plays, their offensive plays, something seems just a little bit different, something I've never seen before. Okay, so I'm looking into it, watching all these highlights, and I'm like, oh my, they only run plays for 1 to 2 guys at a time. They only have 1 to 2 guys running routes. So where normally you'd see receivers on the far outside, or even if they put them, middle outside or whatever. Obviously you have your running back, you have your tight end, your quarterback, and then you have your O-line. So obviously you have all these guys there, right? Normally you'll see, your 2 receivers go run routes. You'll see your running back go run a short route, and same thing with your tight end. They'll block real quick and run a route. Not the Saints, okay? The Saints literally have 8 guys blocking, okay? They don't have 5 guys blocking. They don't have 6 guys blocking. They have 8 guys blocking. Derek Carr averaged almost 3 seconds in the pocket. That's 3 Mississippis. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, okay? Who was it? Who did I say only had 0.4 seconds? Trevor Lawrence or something like that. Or maybe it was even Caleb Williams. One of these quarterbacks only had 0.4 seconds to make a play because of their O-line. The way that Clint Kubiak has this offense running is giving Derek Carr almost 3 seconds to make a play for one of the two guys that's running a route and stuff like that. And it was like crazy because their defense was literally, the Cowboys defense was like, what's happening?
Micah Parsons is obviously, all pro. Like, Micah Parsons is insane. To limit Micah Parsons to 3 tackles is insane.
Absolutely crazy.
Wild.
Yeah. And like, they were so confused. Like, you'll have literally, at one point, I think there was one guy, like one receiver that ran a post for Derek Carr. So, you have this receiver on the side. He just goes out, runs post, ends up like right in the center. And you just have like the safeties and the cornerbacks and like defensive backs and stuff like that, just all like, where's the other guys? And then meanwhile, you have 8 guys blocking for Derek Carr, letting him have all this time in the pocket. And then you just have the one receiver out there and he makes a play for that one receiver. Or if there wasn't one, he would either run or his running back and tight end would still be close by blocking and he could make a play to one of them. And so it's like, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. If you didn't watch it, you just literally need to go look up New Orleans week 1 and 2 highlights. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Again, night and day from last year's offense.
Insane. Yes, like their offense. So just to like put it into perspective, they've scored 91 points. 91 points in the first 2 games, and that's tied for sixth most in NFL history. And the last team to do that was actually the Saints in 2009, and they had like 96 points or something like that, and that was the second most in NFL history. So
that's insane.
I mean, yes, it's just crazy. They're scoring offensive masterminds right now, and it's so fun to watch if you like good offense. So go check those out. I
also love things like that because it reminds you how much a coach or coordinator can make or break a freaking team. It is not always the player's fault. As you can see, even like the 49ers are struggling a little bit right now because they got rid of their offensive coordinator, and now it's his younger brother who's less experienced took over his role with the 49ers. But again, the Cowboys, they lost their defensive coordinator. Their defense looked like shit. So it's not always about the players. I think it's a combination of amazing staff and amazing talent at their jobs. And again, the IQ of some of these guys, who came up with that? Like, that's insane for you to even think of trying that, and then it worked. Like, if you just told me they were doing that, I'm like, oh, that's stupid, they're only running a play for one. No, it worked, so you can't even be mad.
Genius. It's so beautiful to watch. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah. So Caitlin and I were talking about like some of the games that are coming up. I'm dying to watch Saints versus Eagles. Get away from the Cowboys, please. Don't want to see that again.
Pretty please.
It's one thing to beat the Panthers because, I think that Caitlin and I single-handedly could beat them. Yes. And it's, again, another thing to give a beat down like that to the Cowboys, even though they didn't look great. If they can beat the Eagles and then send them to being 0-3, that's going to be rough. And I feel like that's going to put the league on notice. Like, especially if
they can continue the high efficiency scoring.
100%.
Yep. Yeah.
Period.
I'm excited about them. I'm excited to watch them the rest of the season. That's what I was saying is I can't wait to watch them go up against even better defenses and see how they play, see how this kind of offense works out, and then also put their defense up against, better offenses too. So I'm excited for them. I think it's really cool for them, and I love to see Derek Carr having so much success with them. It's cool.
Hi, friends.
If you liked this clip, feel free to click the link somewhere below, either on our legs or in the description. And it's going to be the link to this full podcast. The full podcast is out on all platforms. And make sure you like and subscribe while you're here.
Like and subscribe. Put those little ring bell thingies on.
Get notifications.
And if you want to watch the full episode, we'll also have that below.
Go team.